Johnjay, I saw on your Instagram page that you ran into David Spade. That is so freaking cool, dude. Where did you run into him at?
Dude, the David Spade experience was one of the top experiences of my life.
Okay,
really?
The whole picture, seeing that was so surreal to me because it looked like you were on a golf course.
Did you see? Did you see the two David Spade pictures I posted?
Yes.
Okay, here's what happened. You say your bridal shower this weekend. There was a friend of ours is getting married, and my wife decided to throw them a bridal shower at our house. It was yesterday. My wife tells me, my wife Blake says, "Okay, take the boys, and you need to be gone for 4 hours."
Oh yeah, you got to get out.
Get out.
No
Yeah,
boys
you don't
allowed.
want-
Like I wake up and there's like all these white tables in our backyard. I wanted to tweet a picture of it because my backyard looked beautiful for like, hey, you want to get married? Get married to my house. and so she was like, you need to go. So we went and got something to eat. And a friend of ours, well, what the Arizona Cardinals coach, Bruce Arians,
Yep.
Okay.
he was like, what did he win? He's like
Coach of the year.
Coach of the Year, had a golf tournament for charity. And there was a bunch of athletes there. So I thought, I'm going to take my kids there to go meet these athletes. So I did, and we were driving around in a golf cart saying hi to everybody.
How awesome.
And what's funny about this is that I heard David Spade was going to be there. So I was like looking for David Spade. I didn't really tell my kids. Actually, I didn't tell my kids because I don't know if they know who David Spade is.
I was wondering if they would have a handle on him.
I'm driving by, and a car's coming my way, a cart, and I pass a cart. And then my son Kemp, who's 11, goes, "Dad, there's David Spade."
You're like, where?
I'm like, the golf cart, and I watch him golf. And then as I'm sitting there, it's for a charity. And as I'm standing there watching David Spade golf, a camera crew comes over and says, "Hey, Johnjay, would you mind saying a couple words about Bruce Arians' charity?" And I'm like, "Oh, no problem." And I'm like, "What's the charity?"
At that point, are you like, David Spade's getting away?
No, David Spade's standing right there.
Oh, okay.
He's about the golf. But I'm like, I don't know about the charity, what the charity does.
Oh, you don't?
No, so I'm like,
You were just driving around in a
kids.
golf cart?
I was like, the way they help and I did say to the guy, I put my hand over the microphone, I go, "Overall, what's the charity?" They help kids and stuff. What's funny about it?
See, kids, you can always bring up kids.
I do a whole thing about how great they are for kids, and I explain our charity, Johnjay Rich Cares for Kids charity, and what
Nice
we do
work.
for kids. And what's funny, hours later, I find out that their charity is almost identical to our charity.
Yes, it is.
So it worked out great.
Okay,
as far as that.
good.
But anyway, then after I'm done, they bring David Spade over. They said, "Would you mind saying a couple words?" And he just said his words. But then I was standing there, and I said, "Hey, can I please get a picture with you?" And he's like, "Sure." And he was with Chris Farley's brother, Kevin Farley. And if you look at the picture, there's two pictures. There's one of me and David Spade. And then I had to post the one of me, David Spade, and Chris Farley's brother, Kevin, because Kevin Farley looks identical to Chris Farley. It's ridiculous how much they look alike. So I had to post the picture. It's on my Instagram, Johnjay Van S. And then
What does Kevin Farley do? I don't think I know.
he's a comedian.
Oh, okay.
So I talked to these guys for a while. So David Spade goes, "So how did your kids recognize me? What movie?" I said, "I don't know." I go, "Kids, which one?" And then David Spade goes, "Is Joe Dirt?" Has to be Bench Warmers. You guys know me from Bench Warmers, don't you? They're like, "No." And he goes, "Grown Ups. You know me from Grown Ups." And they're like, "No." He's like, "Well, what movie then?" And they go, "Tommy Boy." It's like, "Oh, Tommy
Oh,
Boy."
yeah.
Which is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Such a good movie.
It really is. If you haven't seen it ever, that's worth a Netflix.
Oh, for
That's worth
sure.
your time.
It's one of my favorite movies, but it was so cool to see David Spade talking to my kids. So I took a picture with David Spade.
I don't know that I've ever seen Joe Dirt, quite honestly.
I have, but and there's a Joe Dirt 2 coming out. And now Joe Dirt, he was pitching Joe Dirt to my kids, and now my kids want to see Joe Dirt.
Oh, I think your kids will love Joe
I think
Dirt.
they will
Yeah.
too. So did you see the picture of Kevin Farley?
Yeah, totally.
Is it
Exactly
weird?
like him. Yeah.
It looks exactly
It's surreal.
like Chris Farley. And I was sitting there talking to him, and it was just, I felt so like, "Oh my God, you're Chris Farley." But I didn't bring up Chris at all. I just wanted to, I didn't want to bring him down. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are pictures up there.
Heavy times.